Welcome back to Navigating Senior Care with Stella. I'm your host, Stella Herrera Williams, and I have to be honest with you right from the start. This episode is for you, not for your parent. We've covered legal documents, we've tackled finances. Now we're talking about something that might sound selfish, but it is actually the most important thing you're going to hear all season. This is episode 14, Respite Care, taking breaks without guilt. Because here's what I know. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And if you're caregiving right now, whether it's hands on daily care or coordinating placement, you're probably running on fumes. So today we're talking about why taking breaks isn't selfish, it's survival, and how respite care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Let's go. I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly, even if it's just to yourself. When's the last time you took a full day off? Not a few hours, I mean a full day, without checking your phone, without worrying about your parent, without feeling guilty. Yeah, that's what I thought. I see this all the time in my work. Families come to me wanting to place their parent in a community, and I ask, why now? What changed? And they break down. They're exhausted. They haven't slept right in months. They've gained weight or lost weight. They're snapping at their kids. Their marriage is falling apart. And you know what they tell me? I feel guilty taking time for myself. Listen, that guilt is killing you. Literally, caregiver burnout isn't just emotional exhaustion, it leads to physical health problems, high blood pressure, heart disease, weakened immune system. Caregivers have higher rates of depression and anxiety. Some studies show family caregivers die before their aging parents because the stress literally breaks their bodies. That's not noble. That's not necessary. That's tragic. And here's the thing, your parent doesn't want that. They don't want you sacrificing your health to care for them. They want you alive. They want you healthy. They want you present. So, respite care isn't something you do when you're desperate, it's something you do to make sure you never get desperate. Okay, so what is even respite care? Let me explain it simply. Respite care is care coverage that gives you a break. That's it. Someone else, trained, qualified, trustworthy, takes over so you can actually rest. It can look a lot of different ways depending on your situation. For in home respite care, this is someone coming to your house to care for your parent while you're gone. Could be a few hours, could be overnight. They handle everything: medication, meals, personal care, activities. You go do whatever you need to do, sleep, go to the beach, have dinner with your spouse, whatever. The cost varies, but in Texas, you're usually looking at $20 to $30 an hour for in home respite care, depending on the level of care needed. Then there's adult day programs. Some communities run day programs specifically for seniors with cognitive decline or physical limitations. Your parent goes during the day, participates in activities, gets meals, gets supervised. You work, you run errands, you have your life back during business hours. These usually run $50 to $150 a day, depending on services included. Then there's facility respite care. Your parent goes to an assisted living or memory care community for a few days or a week, short term, temporary. They experience what it's like to be in that environment. You get a real break, and honestly, sometimes this is how families figure out if placement is the right move. Facility respite usually runs $100 to $200 a night, but some communities offer packages. There's daycare at home. This is a lighter touch. Someone comes during the day while you're still at home, helps with the activities, gives your parents engagement and socializations, which takes some of the pressure off of you. The reality check: not all respite care is created equal. You want someone trained in dementia care? If your parent has dementia. You want someone CPR certified. You want references. You want to vet them like you'd vet anyone else in your parent's life. And honestly, respite care can be hard to find in some areas. It's not as widely available as it should be. But here's what matters: some respite is better than no respite. Even a few hours a week makes a difference. Most caregivers don't use respite care not because it's not available, they don't use it because they feel guilty. My parent needs me. What if something goes wrong? Nobody can take care of them like I can. My parent doesn't want a stranger. I should be able to handle this. If I take a break, Does that mean I'm abandoning them? I hear these thoughts. I've had these thoughts. When my mom got sick, I had this voice in my head saying I should be able to do it all. That needing help meant I was failing. Here's what I know: that voice is a liar. Your parent does not need to sacrifice your health and sanity. Your parent needs you alive and mentally present. Your parent needs you to model what healthy boundaries look like, especially if you're raising kids. Jaden sees how I handle this, and I want him to know that taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's smart. And here's the practical truth: if something happens to you, a heart attack, a breakdown, an accident, your parent loses their primary caregiver. You're not protecting them by running yourself into the ground. You're putting them at risk. Taking respite care isn't abandonment, it's responsibility. It's saying, I care about you and I care about me. When my dad was dying in 2020, I was with him constantly. I was also raising Jaden. I was also starting to figure out what Williams Senior Transition Services would become. I was also worried about my mom. I didn't take a break, not really. I thought I was being noble. I was actually being stupid. By the time my dad passed, I was exhausted in a way I've never been before. I was running on nothing, and then I had to grieve, and I couldn't because I was too fried. I was tired. When my mom's care became more intensive after that, I made a different choice. I got help. I scheduled respite care. I forced myself to take days off. And you know what happened? I was actually present with my mom when we were together. I had patience. I had energy. I could think clearly about what she needed. That time off, that respite, made me a better caregiver and a better daughter. And I'm going to be real with you. It took a therapist to get there. It took someone outside the situation telling me I wasn't failing if I took a break. Sometimes we can't give ourselves permission. We need someone else to give it to us. So I'm giving it to you right now. You have permission to take that break. Call it respite care, call it self care, call it survival, but take it. Your parent will be okay. Your parent will probably be fine and you will be better. Okay, so you're convinced. You're ready to take a break. Now what? Start with your network. Do you have family who can help? Trusted friends, people who know your parent and your parents trust? That's your first line, even if it's just asking someone to come hang out while you run errands. Check your healthcare coverage. Some health insurance plans cover respite care. Some Medicare Advantage plans do too. Ask your insurance directly. It's worth asking. Look into community resources. Call your local area agency on aging. In Central Texas, that's AACOG, Area Agency on Aging of the Central Texas Council of Governments. They have resource lists. They know what's available in your area and they can point you toward programs, sometimes subsidized. Hire in home care. If you have the budget, hire an in home caregiver for a few hours a week or a few days a month is absolutely doable. Home care agencies exist all over Central Texas. Interview them, get references, make sure they're trustworthy. Try adult daycare programs. Seriously, call your local senior center of Meals on Wheels. Many have day programming. Your parent gets socialization and activities. You get time. Trial facility respite. Pick a community you've been considering and ask about a respite stay. Usually, it's discounted compared to ongoing care. Your parent gets a feel for it, you get a real break. It's a win win. Start small. You don't have to commit to full time respite care immediately. Start with a few hours, see how it feels, build up, but start. Here's what I need you to hear: taking respite care is not a luxury for people who have it all together. It's a survival tool for people who are doing hard things. And caregiving is hard. Whether you're hands on daily or coordinating placement from a distance, you're carrying weight. You deserve a break. Your parent deserves to have you healthy. Your kids deserve to have you present. Your spouse or partner deserves to have you available. You deserve rest. Respite care makes all of that possible. So this week, I want you to do something. Find one respite option in your area. One. Call them. Ask about availability. Ask about cost. Just gather information. You don't have to commit yet. Just know what's possible. And if you're thinking, Stella, I can't afford respite care. I hear you. Money is real, but there are subsidized program community resources, and often your network can help. Don't assume it's impossible before you ask. Next week, we're moving into practical action episodes. How to choose the right facility, what to look for in tours, red flags you can't miss. But those episodes only work if you're taking care of yourself. So do the respite care work this week. I'm serious. If you're in Central Texas and you're navigating all of this, I'm here for you. I help families figure out what kind of care makes sense, connect them with the quality communities, and make sure you're moving forward from a place of clarity, not crisis. Find me at stellawilliamstx.com or tourseniorliving.org. I'm here for you 24/7. Bilingual. Let's talk. Thanks for tuning in to Navigating Senior Care with Stella. Take care of yourself because you matter. Have a blessed day.